Kia ora koutou. Just a couple of tips and tricks if you're wanting to do the spiral top like James Bamber posted for our group. I've just been doing it with finer whenua, and I find it's quite hard to manage my loop of whenua when I've got a lot of whenua on at a smaller number, a smaller width. So this is 0.5 and I've got 36 whenua on. So with 36, I chose 36 because I want to do this in groups of my spirals going around in bundles of 6. So in order to do that, to start this off, I choose a whenua, any whenua you like, and you just bring it straight around. You don't bend it or twist it. I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's going to go under the 6th. So this is how you start. It's just as simple as that. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, under the 6th. Now take the next one behind it and bring it over. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and under the 6th. Once you've put your first one in, you don't actually have to count. You just keep coming one whenua in and threading them through. So it's as easy as that. Once you've got a few on, it gets a bit tighter in here. I've got this little tool that fellow weaver Victor gave me, and it's one of the handiest tools in my kit, and I just loop this up and thread it through like so. Keep these all loose for now. The next step will be to pull them all down in an orderly sort of a fashion. So if that's of any help, ka nui te mihi. And if you've done your maths right, right down to the last one in line, they will all have somewhere to go. Okay, so that's your spiral top loosely woven in. And when I first did this, I thought, well, I've got everything bound, I can snip my whatu now to do the tightening. Well, that was a big mistake. Don't do that. Leave your whatu on until you've done the tightening. The next tip in terms of tightening your loops down now, it seems to work best if you now weave each one into one row. Just weave it into one row, and that gives you the opportunity, now that it's woven in, to pull your whenua down a bit tighter. It just because I've just pulled it down in the top direction, now I want to pull it down in the bottom direction. And so once I've woven one row, then I can pull my underneath ones, will come through, and I can start to get it down into shape. So once you've gone around and pulled your spiral in and you're reasonably happy with how they're lying, do another row. This is a good time too to go around and check the length of your whenua. If you've got a pūtake end that's just somehow or other snuck in and got particularly short in the process, now's the time once again, my special little tool, I'll get in there and just fish that out and pinch a bit of length from the other end of the whenua. Just get him sorted now, because otherwise he'll cause me a bit of grief later on. Okay, so the next step is to take it off the form. So lay all of your whenua out. You've got your speaker with a nice little pew pew. And I just need to get rid of that. Now you can you see the whatu still running around the inside here? Now will be the time to loosen that off. So my whatu is off, and now I can gently press my spiral down and make sure I'm happy with how it's lying. And flip it over and make sure you're happy with how it looks on the top. Now's the time to make any little adjustments or midi pieces that may have got a wee kink in them. Make sure everything's sitting as well as good as I can get it anyway. Kia ora. Next step is it goes onto the hat block. And the first rubber band that I put on goes across the top of the crown and under the chin. Okay, so I've got my spiral top banded onto my hat block now. Most of the old hat blocks will have a marker that tells you where the centre back and the centre front are. So I line my band up with those and just work out where I want my spiral to be. If I want it right in the centre of the crown, or do I want it tipped back a little bit. I usually tip mine back slightly. And now I do my first row of add-ins. Once I've done my first round of adds, then I get my second rubber band in place, running around the circumference of the hat block. Just keep moving your rubber band down as you go. Just keeps really nice tension all around the hat block.